everyone, and welcome to issue number, drumroll please, 27 of the monthly Dive Into the Longbox. I'm Gabe, joined by Jocelyn as usual. How you doing, buddy?
Man, I'm so glad you keep count.
I know. I not gonna lie, had to look at the paper real quick to make sure. I had to get a little bit of a cheat sheet. But yes, this is issue number 27. 27 months in a row we've been doing this show, and it's fucking insane. This is the third time we've done a show in May, and it's getting progressively harder for this month in Wizard. All I'll say is thank God the show isn't weekly.
Oh my
or we would
God,
have
yeah.
nothing. This would have gotten to episode like 5. But recently I have been going to the shop, getting my weekly books. The big thing that I got when I was going to the shop, actually, I'm going to go grab it for you real quick, if you don't mind. 1 second.
Yes, please.
You got to love a host that's prepared, right?
I love it.
But what I went to the shop to get recently was a special book, an excitement book, and one that I loved reading cover to cover. It's a weird book because it had a gimmick going for it, right? So I pulled Battle Beast #1 from Image Comics and Skybound. First of all, great book. If you haven't read Battle Beast #1, read it. It's fucking great. But when you got Battle Beast, they had blind bag variants in this like blind bag here, right?
Okay.
So my shop pulled my Battle Beast, but they only had blind bags. So I was like, that's cool. You know, you get like variant covers and all that. No, I found out in the shop that, because I was like, oh, I'm going to have Justine open the blind bag because she likes the mystery bag stuff. And, you know, I get the cool variant and I get the Battle Beast. And, no, I found out that some of these are just reprints of other old Invincible books. So you might not even get Battle Beast.
Huh.
So the minute he told me that, I was like, well, I'm going to open this as soon as I get to the car. Because I need to know if I got Battle Beast or not, right? So I open it, and I didn't get Battle Beast #1. But what I got, I think, was even cooler. And it was Marvel Team Up #14.
Oh, hey, look at that.
A great pull from that blind bag. So I kept the book, and I kept the blind bag, because it's pretty sick.
It is pretty
with it. But it's like a foil variant of the Marvel Team Up with Invincible and Spider-Man. How fucking awesome is that?
I love that.
And I flipped through, and it's just a reprint of the issue. I'm like, that's so cool. Cause I don't know. I think I got to that part of the omnibus, but it wasn't in there. I don't know if they couldn't include it because Marvel or something. I don't know. But
that's what I would assume.
Yeah, so it's cool to actually have the issue now. I can read it finally because I'm already at Blue Suit Mark time in the omnibus. You know, I'm past that already. So it's like, what the fuck? Okay, you know what I mean? So I don't know, but it was cool to get. But then after that, I called up another shop and I'm like, do you guys actually have Battle Beast #1? And he goes, we only have the variant where it's like a folding variant. And I was like, I don't know what that means, but as long as it's Battle Beast, I'll go get it. But look how cool this cover is. It folds out into his face.
Yeah, that's really
it's like,
sick.
Yeah, it's so dope. So I happily got
really
that
sick.
for $3.99. I then went to a little store called Newberry Comics. Don't let the name fool you. It's not really a comic book store. But they do have some comics there, and they had like the regular cover, which I'll probably go back and get just because it's a cool cover. But when I was getting Battle Beast #1, I ran into something interesting. And it's another obscure piece of comic history. So there was this board game, kind of like D&D, called Marvel Superheroes. Remember we talked about it a couple episodes ago? We made our own heroes for the game.
Yeah, I remember. That was fun.
So when I went there, they had these little books here. Marvel Superheroes Daredevil. And when I looked through it, I found out they're like choose your own adventure books. Like you are Daredevil and you decide what happens, but when you get into fights, it's based on like dice rolls and your points and stuff here. So I was like, that's pretty cool. It was like $20. I was like, that's kind of expensive for a book, but okay. I grabbed it because it was cool, you know? And then I Google it. You know, I'm like, all right, maybe I'll get the rest of them because I was flipping through. I was like, this is kind of cool. So I look online. Daredevil's book was going for like $90. And I was like, ooh, okay, how much are the other ones? Because they had like Spider-Man and they had like the X-Men and they had Wolverine. So I'm Googling them. Dude, these books are really fucking expensive. Like they have an X-Men one, and it's like online it was like $270 to like $300. I was like, what the fuck? So I went back and got it for how much did I pay for? $30, and I bought it. So I now own a $300 book in my collection, and it's not even a comic book.
That's wild.
But it's cool. Like I was actually, while I was waiting for Justine to get out of work, I was reading this here and going through it, and it was fun. It's pretty cool. I highly recommend if you're able to get your hand on it for like cheap. Eventually, I'm gonna have to go back and get the other ones. They have like Spider-Man and all that, and I know that's gonna be like expensive online, but they're cool just to have for like the collection, you know.
I was gonna say, if you could find it cheap and then flip it,
Yeah,
probably
exactly.
what I would do.
Exactly. And I'm getting it just to get it, but yeah, if you could flip it, fucking it's a no-brainer, honestly.
Flip it to buy something that I actually really want.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like I could sell these and get like Secret Wars #8. You know what I mean? I think it's Secret Wars 8. Is that Black Suit Spidey Secret Wars 8? Did I just pull that out of nowhere? Secret Wars, or is it
Secret Wars for sure. I don't remember the issue.
It is Secret Wars #8. How did I just remember that?
Oh yeah.
Hey, listen, man, that's like a Grail book I want. So, dude, in the shop. Okay, I don't know. I found out that the facsimiles for that book are like really expensive also.
Really?
Yeah, so I went to the shop and they had a Secret Wars #8 for like $150. And I'm like, oh, that's not bad for Secret Wars #8. You know what I mean? That's like a multi-$100 book.
Right.
But I'm like, I need to know if it's like a facsimile or not, you know? Because that'll decide if I want to spend $15 on a facsimile or $150 on the... If it's the real thing for $150, I mean, I'll get it.
Yeah,
they had that, and
sure.
they had first appearance of Casey Jones for like $200. And I was like, oh, that'd be cool to fucking have.
I love Black Suit Spidey. Kind of leaning towards first appearance of Casey Jones, though.
Yeah, honestly.
That's tough.
That store has like store credit you can win with like dice rolls.
Oh,
you win
really?
like store credit. So I'm going in there. I'm like, bro, they have a $300 store credit you could win, and I'm like, man, that'll get me both, and I only have to pay $50.
Bro, how do they make money?
So
They're
it's
just
like
rolling.
if you get it, like it's like a one person thing. Because what you do is you roll the dice and you either win a pop vinyl. It's a $7 dice roll. So you roll the dice for $7. You either get like a pop vinyl or you get store credit of like $10, $20, $100, or $300. But then
so you
like,
don't get a dice roll for like every purchase you make. It's just a one-time
No,
thing.
no. But you can do as many dice rolls as you want. So you could pay $70, but each dice roll could just be a pop vinyl. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, I get what you mean.
So I went and I rolled because I was trying to get it, and then I ended up getting a. My dad was like, "Oh, it'd be funny if you get the Luke Skywalker pop vinyl," and then I did. That's because you don't get to choose. You roll and you add the numbers, and they look in the giant. It's a giant glass thing. So if you roll like a 30, they go to number 30, and you get whatever is in spot number 30, whether it's a store credit or pop vinyl. Which is a cool concept. I mean, like either way, they're making $7, and these pop vinyls are probably like $10, $5. You know what I mean? Like my uncle won like a $2 pop vinyl for $7. He felt a little scammed, but it's also on him. He needs to roll better, you know.
He needs to roll better.
Get good. You could win a Luke Skywalker like me that glows in the dark.
Like it sounds cool, but man, I don't like pop vinyls, so I'd be a little disappointed.
Yeah, me too. The thing is, I have pop vinyls here, but I'm not like a pop vinyl guy. Like I'm not gonna go out of my way to get them, but I have pop vinyls like I get from. It's all stuff people have bought for me. I think the only pop vinyls I've purchased for myself were the Ghost ones, just because they make some really cool looking pop vinyls, and I like the band, so I got them. And then I think I bought a Gambit one, a Blacklight Gambit one. Which is cool. Like I'll get a character I like.
Sure.
They had a Turbo Man one.
Wait, what?
It's Turbo Man holding a pop vinyl of Turbo Man.
Oh, that's crazy.
From Jingle All the Way.
That's wild.
So that's a no-brainer. But yeah, like I have like a bunch of Star Wars ones. Like my dad got me a Keanu Reeves Matrix one. He knows I like the Matrix, and he says I look like Keanu Reeves. So he got me it.
Yeah, you look like Puerto Rican Keanu Reeves.
I wish I had a beard like Keanu Reeves, man.
Yeah, me
My
too.
shit barely connects.
Just saying.
But then I have cool ones. I have like golden Star Wars Boba Fett ones. It's like shiny gold. And then of course I have the pop vinyl of myself that Justine bought me.
Yeah,
But
that's
I'm
pretty
not
cool.
like going to the store spending hundreds of dollars on pop vinyls. I'm not like that's my dad. My dad fucking loves pop vinyls. And Jonathan, like those motherfuckers will eat those up.
Yeah, hopefully you don't spend the last of your pop vinyl money on pancakes.
Listen, sometimes it happens, you know?
Sometimes it happens, right?
Sometimes it happens, you know? That's what you got friends there for, you know? They'll buy it for you. Listen, I'd rather take my $70 on pop vinyls and put $70 in the comics. You know how many comics I could get if I go to like the dollar bin? That's like 70
Oh
comic
my
books.
god.
You know what I mean?
More
I could
easily,
fill out a
yeah.
short box of books so easily
Hmm.
with $70.
And not just the dollar bin, but like I don't know, the 50-cent bin, the 25-cent bin.
Yeah,
like,
and I'm telling you, you're
you
gonna
really
love
want
it.
to dive like that.
What, no matter how long you're down here for, there's one place we got to bring you to, and it's the place that has the 50-cent bin. They have like their regular bins are just like anywhere from $3 to maybe $7 books, depending, you know.
Depending. Yeah.
But that's where I got Nightwing #1 for fucking free, a part of their sale. So
Wow.
I got and I got Deathblow 1, 3, and 4 for 50 cents. I was buying Grendel for 50 cents. Like, it's amazing. I love it.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah, it's great.
That's actually wild.
But what have you been reading recently? You said you've been trying to read more.
So I have been trying to read more, and what I've been trying to do is with Superman and Fantastic Four coming out in July, I thought, why not just read Superman and Fantastic Four until the movies come out?
That
So that's what I've been doing. So right now I'm just reading Superman
okay.
until I get bored and I'm like, okay, well I need to switch it up. I need to start reading some Fantastic Four. But so yeah, right now like I'm just reading Superman. I've read Alan Moore's collection of Superman stories, which is I think it's 4 issues. Because Man of Tomorrow is 2 issues. Then he wrote an annual.
Oh, really?
Then yeah, he wrote an annual. And then he wrote.
Would we put Alan Moore in one of like the all-time greats? I mean, I'm pretty sure he already is, but like
In the pantheon of all time greats.
yeah. Like, has he missed?
Oh, he has.
No.
But I mean, like, he's still on my Mount Rushmore of like greatest comic book writers by far.
Yeah. Okay.
Still my
I was
Mount
just
Rushmore,
curious because every time we
absolutely.
bring up something, he always comes up somehow.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
so it's like,
But he's absolutely like on my Mount Rushmore.
yeah.
And his Superman stories are great. Like they're really like he only wrote 4 issues of Superman, and people still talk about how great his Superman stories were.
Yeah, that short arc he did.
He has one where Superman crosses over with Swamp Thing,
Oh, really?
which is really fun. Yeah, I
That's
like
an
that one a
interesting
lot.
team up there.
The annual is basically he gets infected with like this fungal. It's like this fungal like wraps around him and it leaves him like in this constant state of like he's dreaming of like having a family and it kind of like loves him. It lulls him into like a sense of like false happiness.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't try to fight like the fungus around him.
What the hell?
And the person who put the fungus around him is Mongol.
Oh.
Is Mongol, yeah.
Mongol always shows up.
Yes,
Every time I pick up something from Superman, Mongol always shows up. He's probably super like one of the most underrated Superman adversaries ever.
Definitely. And I love that issue because it's actually not even Superman who ends up saving himself. It's Wonder Woman, Batman, and Robin that actually end up saving Superman in that issue. Yeah,
the homies.
the homies. Yeah, it's really cool. I really like that issue. And then Man of Tomorrow is a great read as well because like Superman is like is dead essentially.
Damn.
And then the reporter comes in to like interview Lois, and reporter's like, what was it like, being married to Superman, blah 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 blah. And so like Lois gives like this exposition of like what it was like to be married with Superman, and then he was like, okay, well, how was he like his final days and stuff like that, and then goes into details on
She's like
like what
pretty
happened
dead.
during his final days. Yeah, pretty dead. But that too is great, and I mean the Swamp Thing crossover as well. I like a lot
I've
because much like the one where he gets saved by Wonder Woman and Batman and Robin, he gets saved in that story as well by Swamp Thing.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Swamp Thing, I feel like aren't they working on a Swamp Thing project right now?
Are they?
Was he a part of the lineup
Uh,
of stuff? I don't know. 'Cause I know he had a show that everyone was pissed that it either was canceled or didn't happen.
it got canceled.
Yeah, I remember
It
people
was
were
on.
pissed.
Do you remember DC Universe, like that streaming app?
Yeah. Oh man, dude, that was awesome.
Yeah, it didn't last long.
No, because then fucking HBO Max was like, just put it on our shit.
Yeah, exactly.
That was awesome. And then because you could like go from like watching any of like Batman Beyond to then it's like if you like that, read this book about Batman Beyond, and you could just like read the comic on your screen. Like it was so great. You can flip
Yeah,
back and
it
forth.
was all centralized in its own like database in a sense.
Yeah, and now it's just the books now.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
Like which is cool. Don't get me wrong.
But I wish it was still like everything.
Yeah.
Because then they had like the exclusive TV shows that were only on there, like the web series with Harley Quinn Smith and all that, talking about like all the DC books happening. So I miss stuff like that. That was cool.
It was really cool. But yeah, I've been reading that, and I'll make my way through some more Superman stories,
and then you gotta jump on Fantastic Four.
Then when I get tired of like constantly reading Superman stories, I'll jump on Fantastic.
That's a tough thing though, because like when Superman's written well, you can keep reading it forever.
Oh man, it's so good.
Like
Yeah,
currently,
really
like the current run right now of Superman, like it's so good, and I want it to just never end.
Joshua Williamson.
Yeah, it's fucking great. Like it's amazing. It's Joshua Williamson with Dan Mora on art, so it's like a dream team. It's like it's the best book DC's doing.
Dan's really good.
Yeah, dude, you saw that variant cover of Deadpool and Batman? What a sentence.
Yes. Yeah. Yo, what a sentence indeed.
And then the main cover is Greg Capullo. Fucking awesome.
so awesome. So awesome. And I'm really happy that that they picked Grant Morrison to write it.
Yeah.
I think Grant's going to do a great job.
And it's a duo that I'm perfectly okay with. I'm very intrigued to see what the story is for that. And how Batman's going to deal with Deadpool. You know what I mean?
I was talking with my buddy John from Dirt Sheet Radio, and he's like, "Bro, Grant gets to play with like the most metal tool of all time in Deadpool. Like he's gonna have a blast."
Talk about a dream team.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, when I was out at the store, I was sifting through the dollar bin, and I was shocked to find this. And it's actually a book we're going to be covering in a future one shot. Usually, I like to keep it a secret what the future one shots are, but this one I have to hype about because it is Generation X, the Underground special. This is such a cool idea that Marvel did. This is Jim Mahfood.
Jim Mahfood. I was gonna say, yeah, that's
yeah.
your boy, huh?
They basically said, Jim, you have free reigns to create 3 mini stories for Generation X in your own style, and they just didn't hold back. Like there was no editorial over him, you know, and it's so fucking great. Like the art is beautiful inside, and I'm like, why is this $1? Bro, it's because of this. There's just a little bit of blue in the corner.
Okay, I mean,
and it doesn't even go through to the pages. So I was like, I'll happily take this for $1. You know, I don't give a fuck. I don't need to be perfect. And you know, right. I got a Mahfood collection, bro. I got his art book. I got this. I got his We Love Porn book. It's another art book he did, but it's like super rare. I have like his things called Stupid Comics. I have his like one shot hero that he has. Like I'm a Jim Mahfood fan through and through, just like I am with Ed McGuinness. Like those are my top 2. I mean, if it wasn't for Jim Mahfood doing like a book like this is how I found out like he existed. And then I was like, oh, he does Clerks. Like, oh, he's the guy that did the Clerks books. And then if it wasn't for him, like we wouldn't be doing the Sheedy and K book because it's obviously inspired by him.
Speaking about Ed McGuinness, I'm very excited to read his Superman Batman run with Jeff Loeb because I love the way he draws Superman.
Dude, those books are the reason why I'm an Ed McGuinness fan, because those are the books my dad would buy me growing up. That run that he had with them, for some reason, every time we went, like my dad, I guess, I don't know if he knew we were going every month, but that's when a new issue was coming out. And it was the Batman Superman books. Like, all in my head, like, I remember Bizarro always looked a certain way to me. Bat Zorro always looked a certain way to me. I think that's why, like, my heroes, I like them to look steroided out. And it's because that is what I saw my heroes as, was Ed McGuinness, Superman, Batman, you know, Wonder Woman, how he drew all these characters, like, larger than life. That is why I think I see heroes a certain way. And I don't like when heroes don't look like that, you know? I want them to look otherworldly. So, yeah, those books, I hope you enjoy them, because I do. And then I would say, after you read Public Enemies, definitely go and check out the animated movie if you haven't already. Because they actually, it's very close. Like, they get it very close.
Cool.
Because that was that time where DC was making those animated movies, and they were making them really well.
Yeah, they're practically like one-to-one adaptations.
Yeah, so definitely go check it out after you read it, though. So yeah, that is a high recommend. I did get something though that made me think of you when I got it, and I don't know why.
One other thing about the Jim Mafu Generation X.
Yeah.
Do you know if that was ever collected in a trade? Or just in single issues?
I don't know. Let me see. I don't know if it ever was.
I'd be interested in checking.
Generation X Underground Special Trade Paper. I don't know if it was ever collected in anything. Nah, I think it was just a single issue.
Oh wow, okay.
Because it wasn't like a part of the main run. It was literally just like a single one shot that they made. So I don't know if it was ever reprinted in anything. I can't see it now quickly, but I just don't think there would ever be a reason for them to print it with something, you know? But yeah, but I did get something that made me think of you. I don't know why it did, but it was Marvel Knights, #1, The Punisher and Painkiller Jane.
Oh, yeah.
And I grabbed it. I don't know why. I saw it and I was like, oh, man, Jocelyn's going to love this. And I grabbed it. I don't know.
I absolutely love this because it's Ennis writing it.
Yeah, dude. It's fucking great. So I'm so excited to jump into it. I got it for like, I think $2. This is the same day I got Generation X. I got a couple different books actually that day. But this was one that I was like, yeah, this is worth the $2 for sure.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then I looked behind it, and then they had this. This isn't the original #1 for them. It was like their second series #1. But it's the male and female version of Hawk and Dove, #1.
Okay.
And I don't know. I don't know if it's because of the Titan show, but I like female Dove with Hawk, you know what I mean? Than the male Hawk and Dove.
Yeah. I agree.
So yeah, this is their #1. So I grabbed it. It was $1. So I was like, I'm not gonna say no to that. And then
I think I just prefer it because I always picture Minka Kelly in my
head. Bro, same. They were my favorite part of that whole show. They needed their own show.
Like, that one episode in Titans where they just focus on Hawk and Dove. I think it's the best. I think it's the best episode of the whole season.
Yeah,
it was
season. It was great. Man, super.
I'm mad they didn't get their own show. I really am.
So pissed. And like Dove is, it's great too because Dove is very prominent now in the current DC books. Like she's helping out. Yep. She shows up in the Green Lantern books a lot now, which I love. I think it's cool that they're giving her some spotlight there, which is pretty great. And then for some reason, this other store, it's a giant mall in Mass I was at called Holyoke Mall. It's a big 3-floor mall. The whole 3rd floor is a food court. The entire 3rd floor is a food court. There's a Target inside the mall. There's a Best Buy inside the mall. It's huge. It's ginormous. But they have like multiple different like comic book shops in the mall. And this other one had like this dollar bin of independent 90s books. Which I was like, there has to be something in here, you know? I grabbed a bunch of random stuff that just looked kind of cool.
Sure.
I grabbed a series of a book called Nira. Who even made that? Nira comic. Like, I don't even know who made this. It was by Entity Comics. Made the Nira books. I don't know, but this is it here. I got this issue. It was Nira #1, And then I went to the back of their store, and for some reason, this store had like 90s, uh, 90s independent comic action figures. And I'm like, what? And they had a Nero figure, and I'm like, what? Like, I didn't get the figure, but I got the comic.
That's
And
wild.
yeah, it was like, this is like a weird time. This drawing is crazy.
Yeah.
By the way, they did a Joe Mad cover. It looks like here they riffed off Joe Mad's Rogue cover, which is pretty cool for that Nero
That is
variant. But they had one that, I don't know, it really caught my attention because it's really like underground style from Eagle Comics. Called Strontium Dog. It's like a independent, even more independent version of like whatchamacallit. Oh my god, why am I blanking right now? Oh my god, why am I blanking right now on this movie? Judge Dredd.
It's giving. I was gonna say it's giving me Judge Dredd vibes.
Yeah, it's like a very even more independent of Judge Dredd. And like the art inside is like super reminiscent of like, this is like what the 90s was about. By the way, the back ad is a Judge Dredd ad. So but yeah, like the inside, and it looks cool. You could tell like how old it is inside because like the coloring. But it's like very like messy. Like I love it though. I think it's awesome.
It's it's pretty glossy paper too.
Yeah, and like the
I find that fascinating.
Yeah, like I love like the ad in the back. Strontium Dog. So yeah, highly. I mean, it's cool. Like I haven't read it. I don't even know if it's good or not. But I was like, this just looks cool. And dude, they were selling it like all of these books were like 50 cents. And I'm like, oh my god, like I can't leave with the entire store. And it wasn't just like one long box. They had about, I think maybe like 20 long boxes stacked on a table and then under a table. So God knows what they have in there. They probably have like some $1,000 independent book in there I've never heard about. And I kind of want to go back and just spend a whole day going through it.
I kind of love that because I love discovering stuff that like I've never heard of. I'm like, what's this?
Yeah. And like I look at this book Nero, and like on the surface, it's a little wonky, you know, the proportions are all off if you're looking at it as like a critic, you know? Like yeah, the proportions are weird, her head is huge. Like it's shaped weird. But I love that shit. I like it.
I kind of like it too. Yeah, like it's
very 90s. It's very 90s, and I love it.
That's what it is. It's got like that 90s bad girl flavor to it.
Yeah, it's great. Like they got faces of her moaning and stuff. This is awesome.
That's kind of wild though.
So yeah, no, I grabbed that immediately because I was like, yeah, why not? But yeah, no, I've been just buying like a lot of stuff I see for cheap, and I've just been kind of hoarding them. And then I'm finally getting through my reading pile now. I finally finished my review for Nightwing #1. I'm just going through the phase of editing it and getting it ready to post. So finally, my next review is coming out. It took a lot longer than I wanted to. But it got to a point, my weekly books, there was so much of my weekly books I couldn't keep up with. Because then I was like trying to like have a social life while also trying to read, but the books were stacking up, and it was at a point, dude, I had like 23 books to read, and it was Tuesday. And I'm like, I got another 12 books tomorrow. You know? So like, because my pull lists are just huge each week. Like at minimum I get 5 books a week, 5-6 books. So they kind of just stack up. If I get busy, they'll stack up easily, you know? But yeah, I'm back on track now, luckily. So I'm looking to finish. I bought some trade paperbacks. I bought, I don't know if you heard of the character, Jack Staff from Image. I bought the trade paperback of him.
It sounds familiar.
It's a very cartoony looking character, but it's like a comedy type of book almost. He looks like this. I actually know about him because they advertise them all the time in Wizard when I'm flipping through these damn books. But I bought this trade paperback here. So, Volume 1. I bought that for fun. It was on sale for like $10 at a shop, so I grabbed it because it looked cool. You know,
I have seen Jack Staff before. He's a really cool character.
And I love cartoony art styles, so this was a no-brainer for me. Especially because like I'm currently like in the midst of like doing my own art. So I was like, this is great to get for like, ideas
Oh,
and inspiration.
Gabe, you know that company you showed me a while back that makes like comic book figures? Have they made a Jack Staff? I feel like
I saw that when I was scrolling down. That's fucking awesome.
I forget the name of that comic book company
Fresh Monkey Fiction.
that makes the figures, right? Yeah,
Yeah. Their series. So
yeah.
they have different series of figures, but yeah, their main one. I think they had this Amazing Heroes one. Fresh Monkey Fiction. Shout out to them, man. I'm so upset about these tariffs in the U.S.
Yeah.
It canceled that wave too.
It hasn't just affected them though. It's really affected Super. What are they called? Super 7? Super 7?
Yeah.
Super 8 figures?
Like,
Yeah.
look at this, man. Their series, it was going to be Radioactive Tick, Arthur, the female Grendel. We were going to get Mage, man. We are going to get Savage Dragon and his son. Like, come on, man. Like, and then the mystery figures pissed me off because you know what they are for the stretch goals. Just from, did they post it's the Shadows. It's Super Patriot, bro.
Oh my god,
it's Super Patriot. And we're never gonna fucking get it. We're never gonna get it because of these stupid ass tariffs going on. We're never gonna get it. And look I think this is Jack Staff on the left.
I think it is.
I think this is Jack Staff.
That looks like a silhouette.
It looks just like a silhouette compared. Yeah, it 100% is, bro. It 100% is. It's got the holsters on the side, the gloves. That was Jack Staff. Oh my god! And then this looks like this was gonna be the oh god, what's her name? It's a public domain. She's like a Catwoman. I think that's who this was. I don't know who this Superman looking guy was, but we'll never know too. We'll never know who these characters were. That's so upsetting.
It really is.
Frustrating. Oh, look at the Savage Dragon box art. Oh my god. I backed the full set. The like $100, $200 something set. I was like, I need it. You know? I can't say no to this. Like, you kidding me? We even had the future Grendel. Oh my god, man.
We really missed out on this.
So pissed. How upsetting. We're supposed to get Savage Dragon and Malcolm. But yeah, Fresh Monkey Fiction, dude, they do some amazing work. I have some of their other like early figures actually here on my desk. the homie.
Oh yeah. Yeah. See, I need a Captain Canuck too, to be honest.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, they had a bunch of figures. Yeah, these are called Amazing Heroes. They were called, and there's like these less posable ones, but they made everyone. Captain Action. They made Madman. All the like these public domain guys like Stardust. They primarily were making public domain guys, which I think is very cool because those guys never get figures, you know?
Yeah.
And I actually bought some. Ronald the Clown. So yeah, I actually bought some. I bought Nexus. I have the Nexus actually right here on my desk. I thought that was cool that they sold Nexus. So
where's the armband?
We walk alone. But yeah, listen. If they weren't tariffed so much, I would have loved that wave 2, and I would have loved for them to make CFG Streams comics, guys. Oh man,
tariffs is really starting to hurt the action figure industry,
dude. Everything,
like,
even cards.
Badly.
If you collect Marvel cards, if you collect AEW, WWE cards, football, baseball, anything, it's all because that's all made in China, dude. I got the order in. You know how I make cards of like original project stuff? I just got in the FSW trading cards. All 80 cards I got in, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got tariffed on these.
No.
Yes. I got it because technically I'm buying it directly from the warehouse in China when I buy these cards. They're being made specifically for me from China.
Oh my god.
But I'm going to be honest, the tariffs weren't bad.
Okay.
So I bought one thing. It was $3, right? That was it. Just $3 for one 80 pack of cards, right? Which I'm like, that's not horrible. I was like, how much if I got 100 cards, right? If I got 100 packs of 80 cards, you know? The tariffs are actually cheaper when you buy larger quantities. Which doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
to
I mean,
me.
that makes...
I mean, it
I was
doesn't
gonna
make
say
sense to me because you're buying more. Wouldn't it be taxed more because there's more coming in?
in that sense, yeah. But I guess I don't know if you just get everything in one order, then you don't get tariffed to multiple
So
items.
that's why. So when I saw that, I was like, all right. If I got 100 of the cards, it was tariffed like 90, like less than $1 a pack. So it was like $90 or like less than that
Mhm.
for 100. So I'm like, why are some of these toy companies like raising prices by like almost $10? Some of them are like crazy because like some of them I don't get because Star Wars figures have gone up to like $30, $35, depending,
Oh, that's
which is crazy. But meanwhile, Hasbro is like, oh no, it's only gonna go up by like a couple bucks. So I'm like, all right, who's scamming us? It's like what's happening? I don't know what's going on because Hasbro makes both. Why are Star Wars going up by 10, but Marvel's only going up by a couple bucks? I don't get it. I don't get it.
can't. Yeah.
It's too much. Listen, that's how I'm happy I have been all in on comic books because they're made in the good old US of A. And they're printed in like New York City. So I don't got to worry. I don't know about you, but me, I don't got to worry. But yeah, no, that's what I've been reading recently. We had a task of us today, Jocelyn.
Is that right?
Yes, we had to look at the Justice League. Everyone loves the Justice League. It's a great team of heroes. Nowadays, the Justice League is less of a team and more of like a moniker given to superheroes because now DC's mindset, and they literally said this themselves, everyone is in the Justice League. It's like a force. So, but there's like teams within the Justice League, like the Titans, like Titans technically are Justice League members now. Everyone is a Justice League member. So that would have been a little hard to find a cover for every DC character currently running,
Essentially. Yeah.
So I wanted to look at a couple ones. I wanted to look at Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, The Flash, Aquaman, and I threw in Martian Manhunter. Because I feel like he doesn't get a lot of love,
For sure.
And I want to look at what are some of our favorite comic covers, personally, for each of these heroes. Would you want me to start or you? We could do like 1 and 1. Like I'll do Superman and then you do Superman and then I do Batman
Sure.
like that.
Yeah, we can do it like that.
So mine for Superman is actually one that I picked up recently and it has become one of my all-time favorites. And it's one I actually want to try to get framed for my wall because it just looks so great. And it's Superman number 166 by Ed McGuinness. And it's the holographic version of this cover. It's the reflective, that whole part that's white in the background is like that rainbow reflective silver. And Superman's in a solid color. But it's cool because if you look at the background, it's Krypton exploding with the ships being sent out for him and Kara, which I think is pretty cool. And you see
it is really cool.
Clark's parents on the right and all that, and I think it's just a cool looking cover for a Superman book. So that's my favorite of all time. Is that Superman cover there? Superman number 166.
Mine is very generic, I would say. It's Superman 75. It's the issue that he gets killed, but to me it's iconic in its simplicity, I guess. You just see the tattered cape.
That one was in the running for me, really cool. Tied with him breaking through the chains, the iconic.
Krypton Nevermore, right?
Yeah, that was
that's a Neil Adams cover, right?
It is, and I saw that comic in person, and I held it. It was missing half of the cover though, and I still almost bought it.
It's still pretty cool, yeah.
They were selling it for like $20 with half the cover, and I'm like, still kind of worth it, I can still see half of it. It's the connected side, so it's not like falling apart.
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, no, Death of Superman, that is probably one of the best Superman covers.
I kind of picked it for again, I think it looks really cool, but I picked it in a sense because it's very iconic to me.
There was another one I was gonna choose, and it was Superman 204. That's the Jim Lee one where he has his leg up with the cape flowing in the wind.
Yes, the one that's him and Brian as a rally, right?
Yeah, so that
Azarello?
is Azarello, yeah. So that was almost my other pick, but yeah, no, this Ed McGuinness one, like when I saw it in person, I think it's one of those books you have to see in person, and I'll show you it when I see you, but it fucking blows you away. It's
I mean,
such a
it looks
great
cool.
looking cover.
It,
Yeah,
it really looks cool.
and I found out that's the variant with the reflective. The regular one, everything's colored in the background, but I'm like,
Okay.
the reflective one looks cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's what makes it look cool, and because he's the focus of it. Like the regular one looks like this. It's Krypton's all green, and you see everything in color, but it just for some reason it just doesn't hit the same as the reflective one. So
Yeah.
for me personally. So
I mean,
looking at
the colored one is cool, but the reflective one probably looks a lot better like in person.
yeah, it does. You got to see. Yeah, it's one of those you have to see in person. It doesn't even like picture well. When I tried taking a picture of it, it doesn't even like picture well. And I did know there is some errors of this cover where some people will find the reflective, but it's not reflective. It's just a white background, like black and white, and not reflective, which is odd.
Right.
So yeah, you have to find the reflective version that looks cool. If it's just black and white, it doesn't hit the same also. But for Batman now Batman's hard because there's so many Batman covers, and there's a lot of them I could choose. My dad actually has the one of him with the gun, the Tom McFarlane cover. I think it's 473, I think.
Okay, because I was gonna say Todd did a few.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
And the one that Todd is mainly known for is like his first one with the long flowing cape.
Yeah, so was that 423? Was that this one?
Off the top of my head, yeah, it is that one.
So that one's actually my pick.
That's your pick. That's
yeah. That
I mean,
one's,
it's a great cover.
That one's my pick. The one I was talking about was Detective Comics number 570. 576 and 575. That's this one here where he has the gun in his hand. It's like very early Todd McFarlane, like Todd's first covers with DC, like that early. And I own this one. One. And I own the third one of the series. So 577 I also own. But I don't own 575, which is upsetting, which is this just Batman with a fucking Glock in his hand. With a holster. Like it's so crazy.
That was kind of badass actually. I like that one a lot.
but yeah, that one's not by Todd, but this one's by Todd. And this one I own. So I'm very proud to own that one in the collection. So, but yeah, no, this 523 of him holding the woman with the bat cape, actually this is such a favorite cover for me that I own the McFarlane figure of this cover. They made a figure with this, and I own it. And it's fucking awesome. Not a statue, an actual figure. So, yeah, I love it. I think it's great. How about you for Batman?
So for me, it was pretty easy. I went Batman 227, Neil Adams cover.
Oh, okay.
Got the Batman, like, I guess ghost silhouette, you would call it, like in the background.
That is a great cover.
I love that cover. I really love that cover.
That is such a cool cover, dude. Fucking damn, I've never seen that one.
It's very expensive.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how much is this? I kind of want it.
A raw copy goes for like 450 probably.
Ah, goddamn!
Yeah.
What the fuck? Listen, I don't got it like that.
But those Neil Adams covers, man, like they're all like keys. They're all key issues, So
yeah, that is crazy. Well, my next one here.
I love that cover.
My next one here is for Wonder Woman. This one was kind of tough, cause like Wonder Woman has a long run, but there was no covers that like were all time for me. But then I found it. I was like, I know there's one of her standing, and she looked like really strong and like dominant, right?
Oh, I'm worried we picked the same one.
And
go for it.
It is Wonder Woman number 72.
Okay.
And it's the one with her standing with all the armor behind her, with the lasso glowing. Like this is like when I think of Wonder Woman, this is Wonder Woman.
This is a great look at the fucking hair on her.
Dude, it's awesome. This is like the ultimate Wonder Woman for me. Like, it just doesn't get like, this is her. This is her, strong, standing there with a very powerful look. That is Wonder Woman.
I love that cover. Who did that cover?
I'm actually pulling it up now. I thought I had it noted, but I didn't. So this cover here, damn, this is an expensive fucking book, man. $100 minimum. So Wonder Woman number 72 cover by Brian Boland, actually.
The great Brian Boland.
Yeah, Brian Boland made this cover. Yeah, the cheapest you can get this book for is like $80.
Yeah.
That's yeah, it's pricey. I'm starting to learn that about all of our books here. They're a little pricey, besides the Superman one.
Right? Yeah.
Oh man. But what's your Wonder Woman one?
I debated on this one quite a bit because I kind of wanted to go with I'm trying to remember what the issue is called. Oh, it's the first one. The first issue with George Perez doing the cover there.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wanted to go that because again it's so iconic. I think that's the Wonder Woman cover that I like think of the most is the number 1 issue Wonder Woman of George Perez.
Yeah.
Then I was like, I want to go for aesthetics.
It's all about the aesthetic.
And to me, Identity Crisis number 4, like this is a fucking great cover. Like I just think she looks jacked in this.
How did I forget about this Turner cover? This, can I change my pick?
Right, this is a great cover.
This is such a great cover. Dude, you know whose favorite comic cover this is? You're going to laugh. My mom. This was my mom's profile picture on Facebook for the longest, dude. She loves this Wonder Woman cover.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, dude. That's her favorite superhero. Like, she loves Wonder Woman and Storm are her favorite heroes. But, like, yeah,
but
dude.
It's funny. At first, when I picked this, I forgot that Turner was the one who did the cover. Then I was like, oh, no wonder I picked this. I love Michael Turner. Like,
yeah,
it
dude.
made sense.
This is like Wonder Woman with like I know she's in darkness, but it looks like a Wonder Woman with like a really good tan going, you know?
Yes. But
she got a real good tan.
Is that contrast from like the darkness clashing with the lasso of truth, like glowing? Like
it's such a cool cover. The lighting is like amazing.
It's incredible.
Man. Well, the next one here is The Flash. Oh, just kidding. Green Lantern, making you wait. I had to figure out something for Green Lantern. Green Lantern was a no-brainer.
I'm very curious if we're going to pick the same one for Green Lantern.
Green Lantern is not only one that is an all-timer, it's a must-own, and it's one that I do own, and it's one I'm very happy I do, and it's Green Lantern number 49.
We picked the same one!
The beginning of the Parallax Green Lantern.
We picked the same one!
And I read this issue. This issue is awesome, only because it's Green Lantern growing around fucking murking every lantern in his way. Like, they fly up to him, and he just one-shots everybody. It is crazy, dude. And then he's like, you know what? I'm going to blow up the power ring. And he just does. I'm like, what? Like, they fucking, when they were like, we're turning Hal heel, they fucking went full throttle. It's amazing. And the cover's just great. It's iconic. You know, it doesn't get better than that. So that's a no-brainer cover.
I always call it like the Super Bowl ring cover. It's kind of like what I call it.
Tom Brady be like.
He's like, look at all my rings.
Oh man, and he's just like, oh man.
But
yeah, I imagine he's laughing like, he's like,
I almost picked the first Kyle Rayner cover, but I was like, no, like I'm gonna pick this.
I was stuck between this one and I think it's issue 50, the next one right after, where it's Parallax on the cover.
Okay.
And just because that one's, it's just a beautiful looking cover. Let me just make sure I'm not spreading rumors. Green Lantern number 50. Okay, I was not. So yeah, Green Lantern number 50. This is another one. I owned this one before I owned 49. But This is the first appearance of Kyle in here, and then Kyle got his cover on the next one, 51. But this was almost my pick because this is a cool looking cover. And plus, Parallax is probably a very underrated design for anything. I'd be perfectly okay with them making Hal Parallax full time. I wouldn't mind. It's okay. So yeah, now next is the Flash. I tried to speed my way to it. Get it? Because he's the Flash.
Haha.
And this one was actually one that I think when you see it, you're going to be like, okay, yeah. And it's not Flash Rebirth. It's The Flash Rebirth, not Rebirth Flash.
Okay.
Rebirth Flash is from like 2017. The Flash Rebirth is from 2009. And this is the cover here, number 1. Iconic. It's such a cool cover. And I actually, I own this book, but I owned the variant cover. And I actually didn't know it till I was flipping through like my childhood books that I had. And it was in there, and this was it. It was him doing the same thing, but just not as flashy. You know, it's just him putting on a boot. But I wish I had that main cover, man. I still want that main cover. This is, the Jeff Johns run of the Flash Rebirth, so I believe this was only one issue? I think it was only one issue. Was it? No, it must not have been.
I don't remember either, to be honest.
So, but yeah, that's my all-time Flash cover. If not, it'd be the the funny cover. I think it was Justice League where he had the giant head. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do remember that.
The Flash big head, yeah. Oh no, it was just a Flash cover, yeah. That would have been my other choice, just because it's funny. Like, how can you not love this cover here? Flash number 177. What's wrong with these people? You think they've never seen the Flash before?
Some of these like Silver Age covers are so funny. I almost picked one. Oh my god, now I have to find it again. I almost picked one just because of how absurd it was.
Yeah?
Like, it made me laugh so much. I almost picked
I'm scared.
I almost picked this one. It's called Beware of the Atomic Grenade. And he's running around a grenade, and he's like, oh my god, if I stop it'll blow up half the earth. But I can't keep going on forever.
Flash number 122 for people listening. That is
Volume 1, 122, yes.
Yes, Volume 1, number 122. What the fuck?
So
Man, how many of these Silver Age Flash covers are like that?
But the one that I actually picked, from Flash Volume 2, issue 126, from the Mark Waid run.
Oh, okay.
And it's by Steve Lightoff.
Oh, that is a great cover.
Yeah, I love that cover.
Man, dude, there was something about Flash and Impulse. There was something about like this type of art style. I don't know if you've seen the Impulse art style from back in the day. Dude, like this like over the top like sharp angle comic art was like I ate that shit up, dude.
Yeah.
And Impulse was drawn like that too all the time. I love that type of stuff. Damn, I'm trying to find an example here. Yeah, here, this is a good example. Like it's like this hyper stylized art, just like that Flash cover you sent. I love it, especially for the Flash.
Yeah.
Like it works, you know. I like when the Flash is drawn all fucking wonky. He's moving too fast, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of meant to be drawn wonky.
Yeah, I kind of like the caricature style art for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that Flash cover is fucking amazing. Homeboy looks like he's getting shot.
He does, yeah.
So the next one here on the list is Aquaman. This was tough because I know some Aquaman covers, not them all, but I know some. And the one I wanted to choose, it was a pretty quick decision. And it was one that I was very happy to find in a dollar bin. And I think it's because it's my favorite. It was beginning of my favorite era and look of Aquaman. And it was Aquaman number 0. This was right after he got his hand fucking gnawed off in the water.
Gabe.
Yeah.
You picked the same one again.
Like, it's just, like, this is the most badass Aquaman cover. Like, he just looks so cool.
It is. And I'm like I'm gonna say, to me, this was a no-brainer. Like Aquaman's like number 0 was a no-brainer.
Yeah. And if it wasn't this one, it would have been the one where he was actually getting his hand all fucked up. That cover. Because it's such like an intense cover. There's like so much blood. I'm trying to find what number was that? That was Aquaman number Aquaman number 2. Yeah, that would have been the other one, you know? Him getting his hand all fucked up. So I always get confused of how the Zeros. I know the Zeros always came out. It depended. So there were Zeros that came out before the series, or some that came out like halfway through the series being made.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. But no, like this was the beginning of my favorite look for Aquaman, and rest in peace, man. This was Peter David working on this, who actually just passed away recently at the time of this recording.
Very sadly, yeah, very sadly.
This is, I think, one of my favorite Peter David runs, and he breathed like really, honestly, like needed life into Aquaman at this time. He made Aquaman cool.
Absolutely.
And yeah, no, this is my favorite look of Aquaman for sure. Like, especially, man, when he got like the other arm was all metal. He had like the cable arm on the other side.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man, dude, I need him to go back to that look. I know people like the orange, but man, this look. If Jason Momoa looked like this in the book, in the movie, oh my god,
yeah,
like that would have been. If he showed up looking like this, that would have been awesome.
That would have been sick.
That's what they should have did.
I'll be fair, and because we picked the same one, I'll pick what was actually going to be like my backup one, in a sense, like my honorable mention.
Mm-hmm.
That's Aquaman number 45 from the first volume. It's a Silver Age cover.
He's dead.
Yeah, I just think it looks cool. Like he's laying down there, and he's got like a post-it note that says, wanted by the underworld, dead or alive.
And alive is all crossed out because he's dead.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, no, it does. That looks fucking badass. I love that. I love these older covers.
Yeah, there's like a certain charm to them.
And I'm gonna be honest, like new Aquaman covers too. Like when the new relaunch of his series, the number 1, this is it here. A pretty nice cover.
Yeah,
of the shark biting
honestly
through the logo. I like that all of the all-in number 1s were white covers with their logo and the character, so you can have them as a collection. But Aquaman's was cool because it was like interacting with it, and it was like eating the logo. It was very cool.
Yeah.
So, and they found a cool middle ground with Aquaman, where he still has the beard, but he has the short hair. Like they found a cool little middle ground for him. He has like what Namor was rocking for a while, with the beard.
Got like a good balance to it.
Yeah. So, and the last one here, this one was kind of tough, and it's kind of a funny cover. The one I chose for Martian Manhunter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I find it to be funny, and it's it's this Martian Manhunter cover right here, Martian Manhunter number 24, of him sitting on money while drinking a glass of milk, but under him is Blue Beetle and Booster Gold, and he's just all happy sitting on like all of these quarters. I don't know why I love it so much. Like, I think of like John Jones as such a serious character. When I see something like this, I don't know, it makes me laugh.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I like that cover. That was my pick for Manhunter.
You know what's even funnier than that game?
What?
My cover, it's not the same cover, but it's from that same run.
Okay.
It's from the John Ostrander run.
Okay.
But mine is issue 6, and he's holding up Aquaman, and he's got Wonder Woman, and he's like trampling Steel. I think it looks really, really cool. Yeah, I just think it looks really, really cool.
That looks nuts, dude. Oh my god, he's got Wonder Woman by the throat.
Yeah, and he's got like Aquaman by his shoulder.
Yeah, dude. Wonder Woman almost looks decapitated.
A little bit.
Like if you cover her body, that's just a decapitated head in his hands.
And he's
crazy.
Like, he's stepping on Steel like Steel's Tony Atlas.
Oh. Oh my god, dude. Man, what a interesting round of covers we picked out. Oh my god.
No, we're missing Hawkman.
Oh shit, Hawkman. All right, what did you have
We're
for
missing.
Hawkman? I'm curious to know what you had first for Hawkman.
So I didn't pick a Silver Age cover for Hawkman. That might surprise some people, and that's not
Okay.
to say that like those covers aren't cool. Those covers aren't good. Like they are. Um, I don't know. I was kind of drawn to a cover from the '90s Hawkman.
Okay.
I think those covers look cool. They're kind of like darker, edgier, more hardcore because that's where comics were going right in the '90s.
Yeah.
So I picked Hawkman number 18 from the
Oh.
1990s run.
Okay. I have something also from Hawkman from 1993, and it's actually the a variant of number 1, and it's the gold foil of Hawkman number 1.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I like
Yeah, that was the one I had. I didn't know if we had the same one, but I like how we're in that same time frame.
and look at that, Gabe. It's another John Ostrander book.
It is. God damn, dude. Dude, I don't know. There's something about the 90s Hawkman that looked so cool. When he had like the gray with like the long hair coming out, the back of the mask, he just looked so fucking cool.
He did look cool.
Very like I don't know why they ever changed back from it. Like it was such a cool look. It was a 190s redesign that I think should have stayed until currently, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't think they should have went back to the green, which they eventually did, but yeah, no, that gray was sick. I knew when we put Hawkman on the list, I knew he was gonna be that Hawkman I was gonna choose. That's my favorite look for him. So, but I'm glad we both chose from that era.
Yeah, something about that era. There's some cool Hawkman covers from that run.
Yeah, man. Damn. What a list though. For our
right?
Justice League covers. These honestly great lists for both. A lot of money in this list.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun researching it.
Yeah, same. It was cool because I was trying to find things. I was like, all right, covers by heroes, and there was nothing like that. So I was like, oh shit. So I just gotta like type in and like find books for these. So it took a little bit to find some, but yeah, no, I was very happy about it. I will say though, I did have
thanks to our friends over at League of Comic Geeks.
Yes,
they made my job a lot simpler.
Them and my comic shop came in handy.
Yes,
which were actually the people that also had my backup for Hawkman, which was number 0. That one,
okay,
fucking sick, dude. Giant fucking knife in his hand.
With a gun.
And a gun.
Wild.
Awesome, dude. So, yeah, Hawkman needs more books. I think he's cool. He's a bad. Honestly, I need to get more Hawkman books in my collection. I think I only have like a handful, but I would like to get my hands on this run. That might be my next plan.
Out of curiosity, yeah, I will admit Hawkman is a big blind spot for me.
Yeah,
so I definitely need to read some. Hawkman.
All I know about Hawkman really is what I've grew up watching from like Justice League and all that, you know.
Sure, yeah.
So and like he was cool in that, and I liked him as a kid, but I don't know. Maybe I just don't think there was anything when I was a kid that I was like, oh, I need to read Hawkman. Like he looks cool, but nothing was like, oh, I need to go find out more. But now as like an adult, I'm like, yeah, I feel like there's something there I need to know about Hawkman. I don't know what it is, but I feel like there's something about him that's very unappreciated. Because I see a lot of people hyping him up, you know? But
I know you, Gabe. You want to find out more about Hawkgirl.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Looking forward to seeing her in the Superman movie.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. The best thing ever DC's ever done is made Hawkgirl Latina and just never turned back from it.
Just never turned back from it.
I love it. Just never changed. So now it is time for This Month in Wizard Magazine.
Hey!
And we got a fun one. The tough thing about these May Wizard magazines is that Wizard is never serious about anything, okay? So every May recaps everything from April, meaning every May is like an April Fool's issue. So it's always like fake movies they're talking about, or fake articles, or interviews with Bruce Wayne. Like, it's like... So, I picked one of their goof things that they did, and it was top 10 heroes and villains, which we've done before. But there's a twist.
Oh, yeah.
This is top 10 heroes and villains that they'd like to see dead. And the list is so ridiculous, dude. The first one on the list is Aunt May.
What?
The top 10 hero and villain that they'd want to see dead is Aunt May. Yep. Yeah, they end their paragraph complaining about Aunt May, saying, just do something that involves chucking dirt on her.
What the fuck does that mean?
They want her dead, man. The next one on the list, by the way, this is Wizard number 45 from May of 1995. Beautiful cover here. A Psyblade on there. Look at that. Awooga, awooga. Number 2 on the list is Warrior. Yes. The major motion picture superstar, Guy Gardner, who was known as Warrior at this time. We're going to have to read a Warrior issue one month just to see what the fuck was going on with that. This is when
I'm very curious.
This is when Guy Gardner was like a space Native American, like with like war paint on him. It was so weird, dude.
It really was.
And it's funny because the Wizard before this has an ad, and it's like a hero returns, and it's for fucking Warrior. You could tell by like the paint on him that it's Warrior, and I'm like, oh my god. They're hyping up the return of Warrior. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't go as far to say wanting him dead, you know? I would just say, like, just make him Guy Gardner again. I don't think we have to kill him.
Gabe, this list is already weird to me because number 1 is fucking Aunt May. Why?
And if you think that's weird, number 3 is a curveball. Number 3 is Jason Todd, but wait, he's already dead.
He's already fucking dead.
And this is what Wizard says. Yes, this one's already dead. Woohoo! Yes, sir. Robin 2. Jason Todd was one of the most annoying characters to ever soil the comics page. So annoying, in fact, that he made this here list because we'd like to off him again. They put him on this list because they want to revive Jason Todd and kill him again.
That is a level of hater that I strive to be.
They end this paragraph saying, 3 cheers for fandom for offing this little bastard.
Jesus Christ. My God.
If you would have told them that one of the top most liked characters in DC is Jason Todd's Red Hood, their minds would fucking explode.
Tell me about it.
Like, I don't know if there's really any Jason Todd hate anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Yeah, that one made me chuckle a little bit. The next one here is Nanny.
I'm not familiar.
They're. I don't think they are either. They said, "What the hell is this? A pause Easter egg gone bad? So what freaking Silver Age DC book did we pull this winner out of? Sorry, but this here gem of a character is an X-Men villain, and along with her big robotic companion Orphan Maker." was quite the burr in her britches. So anyway, aside from just looking lamer than the worst Legion of Superheroes member, Nanny had some really cool superpowers, like standing there, pointing and doing stuff. So yeah, they want to kill Nanny because they're boring, which I can get. They look kind of stupid too. But Nanny looks like something that like James Gunn would put in an X-Men movie if he was to write an X-Men movie.
What's the most obscure character I can put? Oh, Nanny. Yeah,
Nanny.
Sure.
The next one here on the list, number 5, is a character named Jack Flag.
I feel like I've heard that.
He looks like Grifter. Let me show this to you here. He looks like Grifter. Let's see, Jack Flag comic. Where was he from? In Marvel, he's a Marvel character.
Oh, that's wild. Okay.
What the hell? Yeah.
Was that always his design?
Yeah. He's always kind of looked like this. Now he wears like a helmet, but it like looks the same. Oh shit, and his hair is red, white, and blue. Now, oh shit.
All right, that's kind of cool actually.
That kind of slaps.
Yeah.
So they said here, Jackass is more like it. Where do these guys come from? He's like some bad guest star from the Super Friends cartoon. Anywho, this Captain America supporting character is one of the worst of the bunch. First off, lame origin. He gets punched into a shelf full of chemicals, then finds himself possessed of superpowers. Retro 70s story. That's very generic, though. Isn't that like how Joker became Joker?
Kind of, yeah.
Punched into a vat of chemicals. Plus, he's got red, white, and blue hair. They said it didn't look good when Cyndi Lauper used to do it, and it don't look any better now. Hey, fuck you guys! I think this looks kind of cool. What the hell? You know what? Maybe I don't like Wizard. So yeah, they want to kill Jack Flag because they just don't like how he looks. I guess I don't know. 6.
I'm on the opposite. I think he looks cool, and I didn't even know who Jack Flag was until today, and now I want to read comics where Jack Flag is in them.
I think so. As I'm reading here, I think Jack Flag is in the Guardians of the Galaxy video game.
It says he makes a cameo appearance. He's one of the of the prisoners.
Dude, this game has the randomest people in it. It has Nikki Gold, Adam Warlock's in it. That's not too bad. But Lady Hellbender, who the fuck is that? Grand Unifier Raker. I don't know who these people are. What the fuck?
It's funny because I have the game. I still haven't played it yet.
Damn. Well, yeah, I'll stop talking about it. But hey, you can look forward to seeing Jack Flag in it.
Hell yeah.
So, next on this list is Magnus's kid. If you don't know who Magnus is, we opened up many Magnus robot fighter trading cards. Do you remember that from Valiant Comics?
Oh, like very vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, they want to kill him. I don't know why though. They said, remember the good old days when Magnus Robot Fighter had a point? Boy, those were the days. Anyway, what we have here is a mistake on a grand scale, culminating with the birth of his little ponytail-wearing weasel. Here's what happened. Magnus Robot Fighter, having begun its slide into the pits of comic despair, had this big blowout Malivore storyline, which bit ass and really screwed up the book. Then apparently after they realized how much it bit, Valiant ended the war, jumped ahead like 16 years, and gave us President Magnus. By the way, spoiler alert for no one that's read Magnus Robot Fighter.
Yeah, honestly, what the hell, guys? Come on.
The only thing that stayed the same, the quality of the story each. So it sounds like they want to kill the son because they hate Valiant for going into the future. That doesn't seem like a solution.
Yeah, I don't know.
That doesn't seem like a solution at all. They want to kill Troll from Image Comics. You know, not Wolverine.
Yeah.
They said, hey, looks like all that coffee has finally stunted Wolverine's growth. Poor little guy. Now he'll never score with Jean Grey. I don't know why they want to kill Troll. It looks like they want to kill Troll just because he fucking looks like Wolverine. They said, boy, does this guy suck. What kind of superhero... They said, boy, does this guy suck. What kind of superhero is a midget with a big P on his chest? Wait a minute. The only team that would have taken this guy as a member would have been Alpha Flight. Damn, bro. That's crazy. They're really dogging on fucking... Dude, they can't dog on Puck like that. That's my boy.
Yeah, Puck's cool.
Don't be dogging on him.
We troll.
Number 8, they want to kill the Infinity War doppelgangers. I didn't read Infinity Gauntlet. I don't know. They weren't in the movie. They were just a bunch of clones. I don't know. Number 9.
I haven't read the comic yet myself either, but I plan on.
Number 9, Hero Zero.
The name says it all. Next.
Yup, that's all it says. Hero Zero.
That doesn't explain anything.
He's from Comics Greatest Heroes. Remember those trading cards we opened?
Oh, from the
those were like those really cool cards. No, these were yeah. You're right. Yeah, Dark Horse. The Dark Horse. Yeah.
From Dark Horse.
Yeah, that's where he's from. And you want to know what's fucked? I said I thought he looked cool. I thought he looked like a cool fucking Iron Man. You know, that's what he was. He's Iron Man with a little '90s goatee going on.
Yeah, actually.
He's got like the Sean O'Hare goatee. You know.
Oh man, what a pull! What a pull that is.
Next is Starro. This is number 10. Starro the Conqueror. They want to kill. Who's at number 10? They said, in a nutshell, he's an evil starfish from outer space bent on world conquest. Ouch. That doesn't seem bad. It's generic, but doesn't mean to kill them. Do you agree with this list?
No, for the most part, no. Like,
this list is an L, bro.
Like, why Aunt May? Why Warrior? Why Jason Todd's dead? He's dead, bro. He's fucking dead. Why would you put him on this fucking list?
I will say, I gotta give them credit for just being world-class haters, though, and like sticking to doubling down on it.
I'll tell you what. The only one that I like actually agree with is probably Troll. Probably Troll.
I would want to kill Nanny because Nanny sounds boring, and I like to see. I wouldn't mind seeing Wolverine like slice the little robot up. That'd be kind of funny. Oh my god! What also doesn't help with these is they have like the worst descriptions of these people.
They really
They're
do.
so one-sided. Oh my god. Well, that was issue number 27. Next month, on issue number 28, it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be one I've been looking forward to for the past couple months, and I'm happy it's finally happening because we will be joined by Sanaid once again as we will be reviewing Stripperella episodes 1 and 2.
Yeah!
Finally, we are reviewing Stripperella with Sanaid.
Stripperella.
It took 28 episodes, but we finally made it.
I can't wait.
We get to see Stripperella shaking it in the intro with the best theme song ever. Oh my god. I am so pumped to review those 2 episodes. And in our one-shot for May, we are going to be finally, I think for the first time since our first time we were doing reviews, we're finishing a story arc on this show. We will be reviewing Body Bags issues number 3 and 4. We are finally finishing up Body Bags. And definitely stay tuned because it goes out with a bang, literally. So, look out for that in the one-shot. For Jocelyn and Gabe, we'll see you guys in the next one.